Hey, today, having it mentioned in verses 3 to 10 of Grimnir's sayings, I'm going to take this opportunity to have a little bit of a discussion about the V word. So, Valhalla, or as Maria Kilvorg has with her Old Norse in her translation, Valhalla. Other people in other sources and that are going to say slightly different names, but Valhalla is the common name if you speak English, and it's the hall where the slain warriors go to be with Odin, and is heavily romanticized as Norse or Viking heaven. Now, it's an interesting take, I suppose, because looking at the translations, both Maria Kilvorg and Jackson Crawford in Grimner Small the translation says it's for those who died by weapons. It's not they have their weapons in their hand or that they're warriors. I mean, you can assume, but the phrase is quite specific. Carolyn Larrington, different translation, it's for those who have died in combat, which doesn't necessarily mean, one, that you're a warrior, or two, that you have to have a weapon in your hand. Lots of people die in combat. But there's some other things I want to talk about, because obviously we got this popular image highlighted in particular, say, by the Vikings TV show, where it's sort of, you die a warrior's death with your weapon in your hand, and the assumption is they will go to Valhalla with their honor intact and see their brothers and friends, even their enemies who have died well, and everyone will have this great time where they'll spend their days fighting, dying, being resurrected or reborn or brought back to life so they can feast at Odin's table in the evening, and rinse repeat. You do the same every day until the time of Ragnarok, when Odin goes, all right, let's rally the forces. We're off to fight a battle that we are doomed to lose. But what I want to talk about is, sort of say, you got that common conception of what your route to Valhalla should be, straightforward, and it's just like, well, no. Obviously, there's some mixed messages about how you get to Valhalla, i.e. you got to die by weapons or die in combat, or other interpretations. But also, let's say you meet that prerequisite, you're not automatically going to Valhalla, because as it says in other parts of our sources, that Freya gets the first pick of the warriors, and she gets 50% of that pick. So there's no guarantee that you're going to Valhalla. It's for the gods to decide, and Freya picks first before Odin. Now, the things that interest me, or I'm curious about, is obviously once Ragnarok arrives, Odin leads out this massive army to fight this glorious battle that they're not going to win. And that's sort of a load of focus on that, with no focus, unless I'm wrong and I find it elsewhere, but no focus on an equal-sized army that serves Freya doing what exactly? Because I don't see any mention of this army anywhere. So what does it do? I mean, I'm obviously still looking at sources. There's other sources for me to still look at, but I don't see anywhere where that's answered. And that is interesting. Again, it's lends itself to theories or things I've suggested elsewhere, that the warriors of Valhalla are the ones that get all the mention, all the glory for this valiant death, final death in a battle that's destined to happen, that is no victory unless it's a victory for elsewhere, in other terms, in other ways, that's not recorded. As far as I know, I may be wrong, and if you are watching this video and you can correct me, I will gladly go straight to that source and devour it, because they're things I want to know or want to discover or find out. I think ultimately, in closing this video down, our destinies, once we move on, under whatever the terms may be, I don't think any of us who are living humans have the will to match or argue against the decisions made by the Valkyries, Freya and Odin. And we've all can all aspire as much as we like, but the gods, they have the final say. So that's a little meander through sort of Valhalla, and I'd be curious to sort of hear other opinions. Thank you very much if you've watched this, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.